Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion and this here is my buddy chapstick. This is Holiday Cocoa because every day is a holiday over here. This I call the Crazy Troll Nation because the crazy just enjoying your channel and enjoying the channels you watch, and the troll part is not caring too much what the beauty community standards are. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to use to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. That's the bottom line. Wear whatever it is you want to wear and just rock it. And also self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them when you want to or if you want to, but not feeling like you have to. I do curse on my channel sometimes because I do curse in real life sometimes. So if you're new here, now you know. So we're here today for another collab with Denise. Her channel is NieceW Makeup, and we have collabed before. I will tag her below. That'll take you directly to her channel. I will also have her collab video below. If you click on that, it'll take you to her collab video for this video because this is our second collab. And I was watching one of her videos and she was saying how she was showing a palette where she had mentioned she created a lethal palette. She hasn't used it yet. So I said, oh, that sounds like a collab. She wrote back, it sure does. And so here we are. And we don't, actually we do. I only did not have like 3 of the shades that she used. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not in trouble. But the other 2 of the shades are in my cart, but I'm waiting to hear back about credit or not for the broken brushes before I place an order. So on my face today, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I put the Estee Lauder Double Wear Radiant Concealer in 4N under my eyes, and I wasn't really quite liking how that looked. I put the 4N, the Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. The 4N I put in this area here, which I love her for that because it is my skin tone. And then I put on the Rare Beauty Foundation 360W, and then I went back with the 4W Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer here in this area. And so that is what's on my face today. Well, my base face. I set my under eye with this shade here from the Elephant palette, and this one is Soft Light. So that's what I use for under my eyes for my face. This situation here, the Lethal Cosmetics Solstice palette. This as a highlighter, this as a blush, this as a bronzer / contour. And so that is here, here, and across my forehead. And I am really loving it. It just looks, I think it's like just enough. And to set my entire face, the Hourglass finishing powder in dim light. So this is all over everything. And I love this powder. I wish Soft Light came in a single palette like that too, but it doesn't. So anyway, that's on my face. Brows, the Fenty, no, the L'Oreal Brow Pencil. You saw me put on chapstick. You saw me prime my eyes. And this is the palette I'm going to be using today. And this is a custom palette. I remember saying before when I used this is Nebula. When I put it on, I was like, whoo. And I did one look on one eye and one on the other. And I kept saying, I want to see this all over the lid. So that's what we're going to do today. And that look, I think I did Rose. And so we're going to jump around today. My thought so far is Nebula on the lid, this for inner corner. I think I remember that being really bright, and maybe one of these as a transition, and this also on lower lash line. And so for right now, for lower lash line, what we're going to take is, I had it here, oh I do, the NYX retractable eyeliner, and this shade is black. We're going to put this on our lower lash line. This irritates my lower waterline, and so I have another black liner that if I remember, I'll put that in my waterline, and that one came from the subscription box, and I don't remember it irritating my eyes when I tried it, and I was hesitant to try it because my skin is sensitive, and I mean, if my face breaks out or burns, okay, that's one thing, because I know I can wash it off, it'll feel better. But if something irritates my eyes, that can last for days, and it's just really awful. But I did try it, and I didn't have any irritation that I remember. And I'm saying that because if I had had a bad reaction, I think I would have threw it away. You know what I mean? So to blend this out, I received my blushes from Blend Bunny that I purchased. I'll talk about those. Sorry, I was putting them away for that clink. I'll talk about these in another video. This is my first time using any of them. I did wash them a couple of days ago. I wash brushes before I use it because I don't know what residue is on it from the factory. And so I always wash brushes first. And again, it's because I have sensitive skin. I have seen people receive new brushes and they open it and they just use it right away. And I'm just like, ooh, not me. But then, you know, remember I have sensitive skin, so I have to do things different, and because I'm a troll. So I'm liking how smoky this is already. Do my upper lash line, put on mascara. That could be my look for the night. But we're going to get into this palette. And so I am excited. So again, this is Nebula. Oof. And Denise, I'm sorry. I lied to you. I told her I was going to try and use the same colors that she had purchased. And she did send me a picture of her palette, and it is beautiful. And I was like, what shades are those? Because I'm thinking I want that palette, right? And then when she sent the list of them, the list of the names, I'm like, oh, okay, I have most of those in my own custom palettes. And so I'm like, I'm not in danger, except one in particular. I forget the name of it. Exosphere, I want to say. It looks like a deep blue, and I believe it's a dual chrome or a multi-chrome. But just the, like how this looks, this bright green, it was like a bright, bold blue. And I'm like, I want that. And I don't have that shade in my Lethal collection or in any of my makeup palettes, my eyeshadow palettes. But I definitely want to get that. And so I'm just waiting to hear back from Lethal so I can set my plan in motion or just flat out make a purchase. And my thought even before seeing her palette was to combine some of my palettes. I have a 12, I have a 9, I have a 6, and I have a 4. And the 4 are just metallic shades from the mystery bags. And so it's not a complete palette. It doesn't go with anything. You would have to pair it with something. But I have been thinking to somehow fit that in to a 12 pan and combine my 6 pan and the 4 pan. And then that would mean I just need to add 2 more shades. And so that was already a thought. And I had felt like I had everything I wanted from Lethal until I saw that blue in Denise's palette. And doing that, because my 6 pan I think only has 2 mattes, then I'm thinking it would be nice to have like a lighter matte, like something maybe even this tone or this tone, which they are not my preference, but they're great for a transition area. And so 2 of her shades, that blue, and it was another shade that I think would look, I think it would blend in with my skin tone, but even so, like that wouldn't be so bad. And so that's what I'm thinking to do. So it's like a dark green, then a lighter green. But so that's my thoughts on that, because it just seems silly to have a 4 pan that kind of just would be inner corner shades and not even for upper lash line. I am tripping. What am I trying to say? Not even good for a brow bone because they are so shimmery and so bright. But that's my plan, and if that happens, you will definitely see it. I came down too far on this side. Ugh. Yeah, I came down too far on that side. I'm feeling kind of out of it today, and you can probably tell because I'm speaking in troll again, speaking gibberish. And already up to this point, I've already restarted sentences, which means there will be quite a bit of editing. Because I don't know. It was a full moon. don't know if it was last night or the night before. Today is March 11th. I went out to check my mail and the moon was full and it was low. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I do think maybe whatever is going on with me is environmental. But anyway, we're here and I love doing collabs. And so thank you, Denise, for this collab, because I love doing collabs because it brings the beauty community for me just a little bit closer. And for me, when I collab with people, it just brings it closer. Like, I'm not just this person out here on my own. Like, there's this other person, you know, we're doing the same type of video for the same reason, you know what I mean? And then you're communicating with that person. And so you're building, you know, relationships with those that you're in touch with. And for me, when I collab with people, for the most part, we stay in touch even way after the collab is over. And so it's community building. And I do feel like it's important so that you don't feel, well, for me, so that I don't feel like I'm just, you know, out here on this troll island all by myself, even though I know I'm not, because I know y'all are with me. You're here, you're watching, you're with me, you're commenting, and that's a nice feeling. And so when you look straight, there is like a little deepness here, and then it blends, well, not blends in, but then it shifts to the green. I do acknowledge that I agree with some other reviews I saw saying that lethal shadows, the shifts are not as prominent as other brands' single shadows. They're dual chromes and multi-chromes. But because this is my speed, because I like the dark and I like, you know, the swamp water and I like, you know, the deepness of it, like this is enough for me. And I think I mentioned in another video that for me, we're going to take this shade here to start, and we may switch to here, I'm not sure. Yes, we're going to start with this one, and this shade is Spawn. For me, multi-chromes and dual chromes, I tend to not prefer them. Okay, that's too light. So we're just going to do the same thing on the other side, and then we're going to take this one, which is a little darker, for this area, because I think it's too light for what I want. It takes the creativity away for me, and I don't consider myself really that creative makeup wise, but because they do shift colors, it does the work for you. And because I do like to put 2, 3, 4 lid shades on, dual chromes and multi-chromes are best used just that one shade so that you can see the differences in tone, because this way it does look like I have on a green and then maybe a black to deepen up the outer corner. And then when I shift, okay, no, it's all green. And so it does the work for me, which means I don't necessarily feel the need to do 3 or 4 shades. And that makes it kind of boring for me because I like to, I'm gonna go ahead and just put this here also, just for continuity of color. And so it's boring for me because it's not like, oh, what if I put this one here and this one here and see what that looks like? Whereas the dual chrome and multi-chrome does it for you. So it's just put this one shade on the lid because it may look like 2 or 3 shades according to how the light is bending off of it. And, you know, do, you know, the upper transition shade and lower lash line, and that's it. And so I feel like it's less fun for me. And so I find that even when I do the multi-chromes and dual chromes, I still do like to at least do 2 shades on the lid. But that's just me and my preference, and with how I like to do makeup and with what excites me when I do my makeup. And so we're going to take another blending brush and we're going to go into this shade here. And we're going to put that in the same area because I just want to deepen this up some more. And this side is looking janky. Like, what? Excuse me. Did you hear that? I think you did. Because that one was kind of loud. I like what it's doing right here. But I don't know what I did over here. And I know I did it because I'm the only one playing in my face. But oh, that doesn't look okay. I'm gonna just blow this out because I don't, you see this line right here? Maybe that's where the primer stopped. And I am at the end of this primer. You see this? And I just opened this in November 2022. This is March 2023. So I go through this in 3 to 4 months. And I have realized that when it gets low like that, it does feel more dry. And even when I blend it out, it feels dry, whereas usually it's always really creamy. And so I'm going to dip straight in because I'm going to put this on the line to blend that out. And so that's when I know I need to just either use a lipstick applicator to really dig in to get around the bottom. But again, the consistency just seems to be different when it gets low. And I don't know if it's just all the air that's in there or what. This is the smoke that I like, but this is even a little too smoky for me. So I do want to put something up here, but we're not. And what's throwing me off is I was trying to cover this line, and so that really just blew out the whole transition area. Other than that, though, I am liking the look. So I'm going to edit out doing the other side because this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to take another brush and go into this shade here, which is Nocturnal. I think I called it Nocturne before. And we're going to put this here because I am just really not liking how far this came down. I love the murkiness of putting Trespass, which was the second shade we used for transition. I am liking how that made this like really murky and dirty and swamp waterish. So I am really liking that. But I just need something to happen over here. And we're going to blend that here. So we're going to make this really murky. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to take this shade here, which is Aphelion. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And I probably should use a smaller brush. And we're just going to put that here, taking it up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty. Why am I feeling like I did that before when I put this on? Oh, that's pretty. Okay, it brightened it, but it's not like this stark color you see. Okay, so I'm dipping straight in, and it's looking pinkish to me this way, but I think it's showing up white on your side. And we're going to just press and wiggle. I don't want it to travel far because we're going to put that green on our lower lash line. And I don't like when the shade here like comes down to here. For me, it looks like just a ball of light. I don't like that look on me. And I don't like for it to look detached from the lower lash line shade. So like the shade will be here and then this comes down here. I don't like that for me. So we're going to leave that there. Yeah, so prepared. I didn't bring out a pencil brush. You know what? I'm going to take another Blend Bunny brush. And we're going to take this one and go into Nebula. And we're going to run that on our lower lash line. We're going to overlap with Aphelion. When you see her palette, excuse me for smacking, you'll know exactly the shade I'm talking about. It's a bold, bright blue. How can it be bold and bright? I don't know, but that's how I'm saying it. Oh, I like this. We're going to take the brush we used for Nocturnal. We're not adding anything on here. We're going to buff this out. So I don't know if it's going to add anything or not, but this is what we're going to do. I'm trying to think of what lip to do. I have a lip pulled out, of course black, and I'm going to top it with something. I'm really feeling this look. I still want to do something else with my upper, not my upper, my brow bone area. Will this be too bright? That might be too bright. That's the 4 pan. My 12, my 6, I don't know. Let me just shut up. We're just going to go ahead and do it. And this shade, I think, will look better than this one because of my undertone. And this one is Inhabit. No, it's not. This one is Equinox. So we're going to take another. Do I want to use another Blend Bunny brush? We're going to use another Blend Bunny brush. And we're going to, it would be better if I used a different pencil brush, but I'm using these. And I'm tapping straight in. Let me not mess up the look. I like this. Oh, We're tapping back in. And I'm like, do I dare go over it again? Because then I'll be like, okay, that's too much. I like this. Okay. So it gives, yeah, it breaks up all the murkiness going on in this area, which I love. Ooh. Let me stay close to my brows. I like this for this. Because everything is so murky. And this gives like just a little bit of brightness under my brow. This might become one of my brow bone shades. And that was this one. I thought this would have been too bright. This, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I like that. We're going to, excuse you, troll. We're going to take a black eyeliner. This is the Fenty liner. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait for it. Do I want to take Filt'r for my upper lash line or Contemplative State? I think they both look the same when I use them for my upper lash line. So we're going to take, I am so confused. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just like, when I use Laying Low and Contemplative State, they look the same on my upper lash line. And so I'm going to use, I do want to use this one though. But we're going to use Laying Low again to use it. I'm still trying to get a feel for it. I do have a video live with swatches, and putting a color on top of it, it just made that color look brighter. And I didn't like that because y'all know I like the dark. And so we are going to put this for our upper lash line. I'm going to edit this out because I'm having issues already. The issue was I put too much on the brush, and so it made the line thicker than I wanted it to be. So I'm still kind of in the same place. Like, do I want to keep Laying Low and Contemplative State? Because upper lash line, they do look the same. And for as a shadow base, it made the shadow look brighter. And I don't want shadows to look brighter than they are. This is Queen. Came in a subscription box. And this is what we're going to put on my lower waterline. And hopefully I will not have a reaction. Very subtle difference, but it does, in my opinion, make a difference. My favorite color for my waterline is a deep blue. It makes my eyes sparkle. We're going to take Lancome Cils Boost. It's a mascara primer. And we're going to put this on top and bottom lashes and come back. Oh my gosh, y'all, I just realized I opened this one. This one was already open, and I know because there's a label on it. So now I got to use both of these in 6 months? What? Damn it. Okay. All right. We're going to take... I am just a mess today. We're going to take the Dior Show. Yeah, that's what it's called. Oh, this is the blue one. We're not going to use that. I need a black mascara. I am so prepared. We're going to try the Stacks from Fenty. Oh my God, y'all. When I tell y'all I am out of it and something's wrong with me, I am so serious. I don't have a black Fenty one open unless I'm not seeing it. So we're going to try the Stacks. This is my first time using this one. I don't know what's happening to me. And I don't even really quite know how you're supposed to use this or what it's supposed to do. I don't know if you turn it. I should read up on it because it's supposed to lengthen or shorten or something. I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to do. I will put somewhere over here. I'm going to look up and see what it's supposed to do. But I believe it's supposed to lengthen. And looking at the promo pictures, it looks like the wand, you can change the wand. And so that's why I was seeing, like, does it turn or something? But it doesn't. And this is the mini one. It came free with the purchase, I believe. and I was curious to try it, but I didn't want to pay for it. I'm really indifferent about the majority of mascaras that I try. I do like Dior Show. I do like the Lancome, the Finicils, and there's another Lancome one that I really like. But for the most part, and it's just a formula thing, and it does seem to make my lashes look longer. I'm not going to say they lengthen my lashes, because your lashes are whatever length they are. So a mascara is not going to make your short lashes grow. It's just the appearance of them looking longer, because the mascara is straightening them out, and or because of the formula or the wand itself, it may actually curl your lashes. And so I don't look for mascaras to do that. If they happen to make them look longer, that's fine. I usually just use mascara just to lift my lashes, because some of my lashes grow down, especially this inner corner area right here. It's always like 1 or 2 lashes that are like, sometimes I can feel it like poking my eyeball. And for me also, if I have shadow caught in my eyelashes, the mascara will either remove it, or the wand will cover it up or pull it out, or make it look like it's not there. Do y'all know what I'm trying to say? Because I feel like I'm just saying it backwards. Using mascara covers up the look of shadow that's caught in my lashes. That's what I was trying to say. And so I use mascara for that purpose, not necessarily to lengthen or to curl. And if it happens to do that, like looking at this, like my lashes are noticeable, but it may be because it's in front of a light eyeliner. So I don't know. But I do like this. I'm not feeling any type of irritation from anything as of right now, which is great. So it may have been chancy using that eyeliner on my waterline and using a mascara for the first time, because if my eyes do burn, it's like, okay, which is it? You know? So we are going to use Caviar from MAC. This is a black. I'm going to edit out. Did I use everything I set out to use? I sure did. We're going to put this on and come back. This was all from just that one time taking it out of the component. If my lips look crooked, it's because they naturally are. And doing a dark lip accentuates that. And the more I try to fix it, because I know this side, so, excuse me for smacking, looks like it comes down further than that side. That's my natural lip shape. And the only way to fix it is to overline on this side. And I am just using the tip of it to overline just a little bit. But I don't want to do too much, because then if I come down too far, it looks weird. Sometimes I will take a corresponding lip liner and line it to make it look a little more even. And I'm not liking my peaks. Let me try to fix this and we will be back again. You know what? We're not going to fix it because it is what it is. And we're going to put a gloss on top. This one I haven't used for a while now. And this is from Maybelline. And it says Maybelline Glitter Fix Glitter Lip Gloss. And the shade is Shadow Hunter. I put it here because it's hard to read down here. And this is just about dry. So we're going to put this on. I should use a lipstick applicator. I was hoping it was going to be more green, but it doesn't look green. Yo, I'm telling you, when I say I think I have issues with color perception, I am serious. We're going to put this on and come back because I feel like I'm about to mess up. I like this. I like this. I think it's funky in a good way, because my mind is saying I should have tapped Nebula on the lip just to have some green, or took another green eyeshadow or a lip gloss that's dual chrome, like tan green or something like that. But I think it adds visual interest. Let me know what you think of this look. Thank you, Denise, for this collab. I'm always excited to use lethal shadows. I am really digging it. And yeah, this is the look. Make sure you check out her channel. Denise she does weekly shop her stash. She does some hauls. She does some new try-ons, first impressions videos. And she's a mature woman like myself. And so we kind of bonded a little bit over that. And also, of course, our love of makeup. And so I'm happy to have this second collab with her. Because again, for me, collabs do bring the community a little bit closer. And so if you're doing videos and you're feeling alone or like you're the only one here, even though we are watching you, it can feel very isolating. And so if it feels that way for you, I encourage you, someone's channel that you enjoy watching, you enjoy their personality, send them a message on Instagram, or if their email is in their description box or something, and just be like, hey, do you want to do a collab? And they'll either say yes or they'll say no. And if they say no, you have nothing lost. If they say yes, you have something gained. And so again, thank you, Denise, for this video, and thank you all for being here, hanging tough with Dion the Troll here in the Crazy Troll Nation. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. You will see me again soon in another video. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed and you made it this far, please do. And I am just so out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Thanks.